Okay, very sad news, everybody. This just happened today. Ruth Bader Ginsburg, Supreme Court Justice, has died of pancreatic cancer.
Oh, damn, it sucks.
She looked like this lady that I saw in the movie, like a long time ago. That's an old lady.
Which one?
I forgot.
Are you saying all old ladies look the same?
They kind of do.
So this is a unique situation. Like this isn't just a normal Supreme Court justice who died. Like this is like almost a titan of the Supreme Court. She's like a fucking statue of the Supreme Court.
She's been fighting for some rights that people really cared about.
Yeah, especially Roe v. Wade, but
She was a part of that?
no, she was after that, but she's been one of the stalwart defenders of that because she was appointed by Bill Clinton. But still, like so that passed like before Reagan.
Wait, is Roe versus Wade abortion?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's what allows women to get abortions in the United States, right? So, and that's considered it's an interpretation of the Constitution, which is a lot of people on the right are like, well, that's a false interpretation because nothing in the Constitution says that you should be able to do that. But that's what Roe v. Wade gave us all is the ability to have abortions if women needed them, right? And so the death of Ginsburg is almost like the last domino chip that could end Roe v. Wade as we know it.
Whoa.
Change it and challenge it.
People have no idea, but this is going to be the issue of the election now. Like more than any other issue you could think of before. So if you were before like vote blue no matter who, blah blah, all this rhymey shit, like now it's more like no, you have a reason to vote blue if you want to, because you're like, no, abortion is something that could actually go down. Right.
I see.
So, like, how long was she sick for? Like, when was the last time she was?
She's been going through this for years. She's had several bouts with several different issues as far as medically, but this was something that a lot of people thought that she was maybe making progress against, and then it just randomly dropped. That she died.
How old was she?
She was 87.
It's about that time.
She was still working?
Yeah, so I think a lot of people thought, because she's largely considered to be like a leftist justice, and so a lot of people thought that Hillary was going to win, and so they didn't try to replace her during Obama because you can step down anytime you want. It's a lifetime appointment, but you can step down anytime you want. And so the idea is that she could have stepped down during Obama and then had someone in there younger to represent her ideals, but they didn't do that because probably they thought Hillary was going to win because of all the polling and shit. So this is extremely crazy.
Now is her seat open, or has it been filled?
Trump can fulfill it anytime he wants. And
So it'd be Trump that fills it up.
it would be Trump that fills
How
it.
many, is it equal right now with,
So allegedly it is but
equal as in like political party stances?
absolutely, it's actually, I think
Same amount of left, same amount of right people.
Okay.
I think the right actually has a +1 right now.
Isn't there one independent?
There was, but he died, and he was
okay.
replaced.
Okay.
And so now everyone feels like Justice Roberts has fulfilled his place as the independent vote, but only on like 12% of the cases. Like he's mostly voted in the right.
Okay.
And so a lot of people are going like, holy shit, this tips the balance big time to the right, especially if Trump gets another appointment. So this just changes absolutely everything about this next election in a way that people.
Well, wouldn't it change it back if Trump puts someone in that seat that is more pro?
Yes, but he won't. If he wants to get reelected, he needs the right to support him. So he needs somebody like an Amy Berman Jackson, who I think is gonna.
I mean, look at who he chose as his vice.
Right, exactly. So you need somebody like.
Bible Belt, hardcore anti-gay,
And he's a New York Republican, which is like you might as well be a Democrat in
Yeah.
a way. But Mike Pence is a hardcore right winger. So that's where a lot of people go, holy shit, this could actually change a lot of things. So this is a huge paradigm shift. This changes the entire election. Here we are right now.
2020, man.
It's Friday, September 18th. It's 6:20 at night. This changes the entire election. You guys have no idea how much.
I have no idea because I don't know jack
None.
shit.
You're scaring me.
Well, people should be scared insofar as before they had nothing to vote for. Like, I'm not even kidding.
Now they're gonna vote for abortion rights.
They just will, yeah.
Is this as big as when you put bacon on the quarter pounder and now it's a Travis Scott?
Well, it's not that big. That's huge.
That's massive.
You know why? Because he gives you a Sprite with ice.
And also lettuce. Forgot the lettuce.
Barbecue sauce.
Crispy lettuce.
It does change everything about the quarter
Sugar
pounder.
It
lettuce.
changed the McDonald's game,
It's a
dude.
complete game.
'Cause I don't know if I could ever go back to the other quarter.
This is the Travis Scott meal politics. So we're talking about a complete paradigm shift, guys, with barbecue sauce.
Is it by law you have to have an even number of judges, or is it just kind of what's happening where?
It's who wins.
Yeah. And then they can appoint, but then they can't take out, right? So if there's a seat that needs to be filled, they can appoint a judge, but then they.
So there is a way that you could maybe impeach a Supreme Court justice. It's just never happened.
It's just hard as fuck.
It's really hard.
Yeah. So that's the president's roles. They can appoint a judge or whatever when the seat needs to be
Lifetime
filled,
appointment.
but it's locked.
You think Trump's gonna appoint someone before the election? Like that's probably his strategy.
Which is so hypocritical too, by the way, because if you remember when Obama was president, this is just before the election. Antonin Scalia died, who was actually super good friends with Ruth Bader Ginsburg. They had completely ideological, like opposites, right?
But they're buds.
But they're friends because sometimes that's beautiful about America is like you can get along.
That is the most beautiful
It's
thing.
really cool, but
Tell that to the people now. God dang.
you can't. But
You can't even take a picture with someone on the opposite side.
so Trump and Mitch McConnell held off appointing who Obama wanted, which was this other guy. I can't remember off the top of my head, but
Matthew McConaughey.
starts with the G. But no, he that's right. But he was trying to appoint his guy, and then that guy was trotted out, and they're like, he's going to be the next Supreme Court justice. But then the Republicans wouldn't even put him up for a vote, and they said basically like back in the '90s. You guys did this to us, Democrats, so we're going to do this to you. And so now Trump's going to be like, well, fuck what we just did to you guys 3 years ago. We're just going to do this anyway. So it's about to get very interesting.
It's gonna get ugly then.
Yes.
It seems like it's gonna get ugly.
If it couldn't have gotten uglier, it's about to get uglier.
Wow.
That's what people don't understand about
And
this.
he did tell us we gotta rake them leaves, man. California didn't listen.
Look at it. It's on fire.
Oh, it's on fire, dude.
Merrick Garland was the guy's name. Merrick Garland.
Oh, I'm glad it would have kept me up.
Yeah, I could not sleep tonight if you didn't.
That's
remember.
crazy, man. It's like one after the other. It's just all of this shit.
When are we
stacking
gonna
up.
rest?
We won't.
We just need zombies now. We got the aliens.
Wait for the next news to drop, dude.
What do you think it is? What do you think it's gonna be?
Oh, I'm so scared.
I'm still waiting for the
I was like,
fucking
tell me.
Epstein shit.
Me too.
Yeah, fucking A.
That's the real I want to know.
I think it's gonna be next year,
Turn
2021.
into a skeleton waiting for justice in America, bro. I'm sorry.
Why does it take so fucking long?
Because they don't care. They don't want you to know.
Well, I mean,
trying
even
to let you
regular
forget.
murder cases and all that take a long time after they apprehend. Like, I know that each side has to have time to build a case or defense.
Yeah.
And they don't know what the other person has, and then they have to go into court and be like, can we use this? No, you can't use that because that one's not cool. Can we use this? Oh no, you gotta pretend like that one didn't even happen.
Bureaucracy.
It's
Really?
crazy.
It's like that.
Yeah. So they'll be like,
Wow.
they'll bargain, right? They'll be like, hey, so there's this evidence that we have. Well, this piece of paper was found in her house, and it kind of shows, you know, that she had a list of girls. And you'll be like, yeah, well, I don't know about that. I think that this isn't a legit piece of paper. I think you guys didn't do your job in getting
It's like
it
playing
right.
poker.
It is. And then so in front of that, you guys negotiate which pieces of evidence can or cannot be used and what has to be thrown away. So you might have shit that's actually good, but it's not considered as one of the items you can debate over or whatever, or also be endless, right? So there's like prep work that goes into it. There's just so much fucking shit. And it sucks because sometimes that'll be a good fucking case, but for some odd reason they find a hole and they're like, oh, that's irrelevant. You can't use that.
Damn.
So
It's all fucked up.
So this chick was a badass. They did it at a museum in LA. I remember they called it the Notorious BIG exhibit or something like that. RGB.
Yeah.
And she survived 5 bouts of cancer.
Wow.
So she's been having cancer.
She's been having cancer for a while. So yeah.
So this was the last straw. It's like time to go.
But at 87 to survive it, even at 86, where she was like diagnosed with this news, it's crazy. So yeah, so there's that. She was also she also came on when Jimmy Carter came in, so she's been in for every single critical decision since then.
She's been a Supreme Court justice since Jimmy Carter?
No, I'm sorry, since Bill Clinton. But she came in the court at Jimmy Carter. Like he appointed her a district court judge. But then that's when she came into the system. So that's a long fucking time to be on the court. Yeah, and then she got to be a Supreme Court justice from Bill Clinton.
So she was already a judge at that point during that administration, and then she became Supreme Court justice during Clinton.
That means her selfies were first black and white.
Exactly right. pre-iPhone.
That's ancient.
Letterbox.
That's why when I hear stories like this, and I hear like my mom go, "Oh, the generation gap, man. We just don't know like how to think." And I'm like, "Shut up, dude. There's people older than you that are smarter and that could talk to everybody and they understand the world. Like, what are you saying?"
True.
She was also the only chick in her Harvard class.
Oh wow.
Dang.
What do you mean they didn't let women in back then? Or they just weren't smart enough yet, huh?
Probably both.
Oh, okay.
Obviously.
Well, my grandma was one of the first women in.
Okay, nice. You saved it. Okay, I'm not mad anymore.
So I could make that joke
You
because
can.
she actually
I'm not
did
mad
it.
anymore.
Yeah. Which is pretty crazy, man. Isn't that crazy that people are alive today that were in that process?
Yeah.
It's crazy, man.
So what's her name? Ruth Bader Ginsburg. Yeah. So what she was a really big proponent for like women's rights then, and like a lot
Constantly.
of like constantly.
Through many decisions, yeah.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Which is dope, man. We should have people representing their own thoughts and, their own groups. Like in the past, it was a lot of misrepresentation. So, things like people like her is what got our society to what it is today,
I would say since Thurgood Marshall, she was the most like representative of her group.
That's what I was thinking too.
I know you were, and I know he was, and I know he was.
Oh yeah, we know our shit.
Wait, that name sounds familiar. Who's Thurgood girl?
You don't know Thurgood Marshall?
Oh, I think I'm asking for everybody too.
So yeah, he's a Trump supporter. He was a running back. No. Thurgood Marshall was a Supreme Court justice. He was the first African American Supreme Court justice.
Wait, they made a movie about him. Did they make a movie about him?
Did they?
That's the one.
But yeah, no, he was a very big deal. So
You should create a TikTok to educate everyone.
On history lessons.
You run the TikTok.
But Sandra Day, people don't know that Sandra Day O'Connor was appointed by Reagan. She was the first.
You gotta make it a TikTok though.
If I was a
kidding, just
criminal,
kidding, I'm just kidding,
if
sorry.
I was
You got a point everywhere.
If I was a criminal, I would much rather be tried by a white judge than an Asian judge. And if I was a criminal, I'd rather be pulled over by a white cop or a black cop than an Asian cop, because I feel like Asians are too strict and he's not gonna play it easy on me.
No, just beat your ass maybe.
Nah, he's gonna give me a fucked up punishment, dude. They'll be like 30 years and shit, and I'm like, oh no.
Sorry,
Please.
Steve. What were you gonna say?
It's fine.
I really want to know now.
No, we're very good.
No, I'm really not gonna sleep tonight if you don't tell me.
No, let's talk about Joe's porn stuff.